Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Picture a hiring manager 3 weeks into a new remote hire. The work's getting done, the video calls happened, and then it turns out the person they interviewed never existed at all. If you've ever sat through a job interview over video, this story is about you. Because the rules of that call just changed. According to a Gartner forecast, by 2028, 1 in 4 job candidate profiles around the world could be fake. That's not a typo. 1 in 4. A separate survey found that more than 9 in 10 U.S. hiring managers have run into answers they suspected were generated by artificial intelligence during online interviews. So the question threading through this whole episode is simple. How do you prove the person on the screen is a real human being? Start with one job seeker. They prepped their answers. They cleaned up their profile. They showed up to the video call nervous in the normal way, wanting the job. Meanwhile, somewhere else, another applicant logged into the same kind of call as a person who doesn't exist. A synthetic face, a synthetic voice, a synthetic resume. That's the world hiring teams now live in. So how did we get here? Remote work didn't invent this fraud, but it made it scale. Digital-only hiring stripped away the moments that used to expose a faker early. The handshake, the walk to the conference room, the small talk that's hard to script. Then generative artificial intelligence finished the job. Building a fake identity is now cheap and fast. For you, that means the next coworker you meet on a screen might be a story someone wrote. Here's the structural weakness. Hiring works in stages: application, interview, onboarding. Most companies treat each stage as its own island. Nobody checks whether the person who applied is the same person who interviewed, or the same person who shows up on day 1. That gap is exactly where the fraud lives. Investigators have done this kind of work for decades, comparing one face across different photos and documents to confirm it's the same human. Hiring teams now need that same discipline, and most don't have it. Why can't a manager just spot a fake with their own eyes? Because the research says they can't. One study found untrained people correctly catch a deepfake only about half the time. That's a coin flip. A video interview is not proof that a person exists. The next viral clip you watch and the next face you interview both run on that same uncomfortable truth. So some companies are pushing back. Google has brought back mandatory in-person interview rounds, even for remote roles. But that fix is expensive. It's slow. And it doesn't work across the globe. The automated tools that detect fakes carry their own problem. Enforcement actions have found that AI screening systems falsely flagged real people, especially women and people of color. So the answer isn't blind automation, it's trained humans checking the analysis. The real story isn't that deepfakes are scary technology. It's that hiring just became an identity investigation, and most companies are running it with their gut. The skill investigators have always had, comparing one face across many sources, is now basic workplace infrastructure. So let's bring it home. Fake job candidates built by AI are getting hired into real companies. A video call alone can't prove someone's real, and people guessing on instinct are right about half the time. The fix is careful face-to-face comparison across every stage, done by trained people, not trusting blind software. Whether you hire people or just unlock your phone with your face, this changes what it means to know who's really there. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.